Okay, are you pressing recording? Assalamu alaikum sisters. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum, my dear sisters. Welcome to TME. So nice to see so many of you. Alhamdulillah, we're so blessed to continue to be having these numbers after weeks of being here. You're not bored of us already. Inshallah, may Allah help us to be able to still keep delivering great content to you that inspires you and motivates you and helps you to feel this togetherness of sisterhood, that means so much to us at this time. I was just reflecting earlier that it's been a cycle, I think, for me, not a cycle, but almost a journey of being at home and on lockdown, where I started with getting slightly overwhelmed because very quickly, without much we decided to hold our kids back before the schools closed. So overnight, I became a homeschooler. Then I realized actually I'm not homeschooling them. So it's okay, let's do what we can. And then it was, let's make the most of this. And through that, we got quite, into a really good space of really enjoying each other. And then today I was saying to my husband, I miss going out. I miss just going to the shops. I miss just going to buy a cake, and just buying some things. And so I think we will go through these emotions. It's just, and we'll go back to making the most of it. We'll have moments where we're, wow, is this our reality? Are we going to stay like this forever? How long? And so all of that, alhamdulillah, is fine. And in each of that, alhamdulillah, you can appreciate the blessing of what it was to go out, what it was to be able to buy what you wanted. And even the blessing of, alhamdulillah, even with that, we still have food in our cupboards. Alhamdulillah, we're still eating. We're actually still free. We're just safe and we're healthy. And it's a difficult time because lots of people are going through lots of different experiences. Some people are having, the nicest family time they've had in a long time. And then others are going through the most horrific time they've had as a family ever. And my heart goes out to you all sisters who are going through difficult times, and for those sisters and families that are also going through a very tough time. May Allah make it easy for you. May Allah bring you closer to Him through this trial, and may Allah reward you and your loved ones, inshallah, with the highest place in Jannah. Ameen. So with that said, the topic today is dua. Because I find that whenever I get caught in my thinking, one of the most beautiful and sweetest ways that I can come out of that hole that I get into, which is, why is it like that? Or do you remember when it was like that? Or I can't wait. I think my daughter triggered it this morning when she said, Mummy, when we get out, where's the first place you're going to go? And there's this restaurant nearby that does these amazing afternoon teas. You can all join me if you like. I'll tell you where it is, and we'll meet and have a date, inshallah. But they make freshly homemade scones and huge pavlova, like 3-4 layers with mango in between and cream. Anyway, so it got me thinking about what I wish. So and Sister Faria's session yesterday was so beautiful, mashallah, where she pointed to the illusions of the mind, where we get lost. We get lost in the past. We get lost in the future. We get lost in the past. I wish it wasn't like that. We get lost in the future. I wish it's going to be like this. And we get caught in the present, where we're like not quite accepting our present, not accepting it. So we're wishing it reality.
I don't know it. I'm asking you to.
And when that happens to me, I find it such a beautiful way to turn that wish into a dua. Yeah, okay, I'll make dua for it. The things I wish for, I'll just make dua for it. And that returns me back to Allah. It returns me from despair to hope. And it's an opportunity for ibadah. So yeah, our mind can wander, and that's normal, but we can turn that to dua. So I thought, actually, with Ramadan coming, and with all of these kind of uncertain situations that we're in, with our mind wandering, what's a great way, to kind of turn us back to dua? And I think sometimes we get caught in our thinking rather than making dua. Using that as an opportunity to turn to Allah and make dua. We can get really caught. But actually, that's the most beautiful opportunity to make dua, because you're being reminded of what you want. you know, what you would like for, how you would like things to be. You know, I might not have it now, but I can make dua that I can, you know. But then I also thought sometimes we lose hope in our duas. You know, so we might get lost and not think to make dua. And I don't know, sometimes if, you know, you found that when you're busy from one thing to another, that actually you haven't stopped to make dua. And even when you're making dua, sometimes you're rushing it because you need to get on to the kids or the dinner, etc. So there's the busyness that keeps us away from dua, the business of the mind, the business of the hand. But then there's also sometimes the losing hope or not believing that your duas are going to be answered. And I was thinking before the session, what would be inspirational to share today? Because obviously I was lost in my thinking and I was thinking about the pavlova. I was like, okay, bring it back to the present moment. Come on, Amina, what inspiration can you share? And the story of my own story came up and I thought I'd share that with you. So I went through, and this is an entire story of dua. Honestly, this is like the dua story for me. I went through a journey in my life where I had some, you know, kind of, it wasn't a breakdown, but it was a crisis moment where everything became really difficult. And I was making dua for Allah to show me the way. Alhamdulillah, He did. And Alhamdulillah, you know, all of the past healing for me, you know, all of the past that I was struggling with, Alhamdulillah, Allah helped to heal me from that. And all of the struggles that I'm struggling with in the present, Alhamdulillah, Allah helped me with that. As I came out of that, I realized that when I was going through it at that point in time, I didn't know about coaches and I didn't know that there were people to help. You know, I'd gone to various help, you know, that was available, professional help, but for me, it was missing Allah in it. Like, okay, what does Allah want from me? Why did Allah make me go through this? where do I go from now? So coming out of that, but the long way around and really struggling with kind of finding my way, I thought, well, I want to be the hope for others, inshallah. I want to not be the hope, but offer a hope to others who were going through a similar dark time, similar struggle, not knowing where to get help and not knowing that, not even where to get help. Just peace. I didn't know what peace was, so I didn't know there was something else to experience. Someone, you know, if someone had told me, hey, you know what that dark place you're feeling, you've been there a long time, but there is something else to feel. There is hope to feel. Well, I didn't know that, so I wanted to spread the message of hope. Hope that there is peace. And alhamdulillah, together with the coaches, when I'm sharing Sisters Seeking Salam, that's the message of hope. There is peace, you know, waiting for all of us. We just have to work through our problems, our barriers. And it's right there. It always has been. But the problems, they're a bit of a barrier for us. So I come out of this journey wanting to give this message of hope. And I suddenly feel inspired to want to become a coach or a counsellor. I'm looking at courses, etc. Like, how can I help others? How can I share? And I said to my husband, you know, and at that point I was a solicitor, and we just had a baby. Or I was about to go on maternity leave, and he said, "Oh, you don't want to go and take on something else now? Like, how many projects in your life are you going to start? Just settle into what you're doing." So I kind of let it go, but I didn't. It was still in me. Like, I really wanted to do some work that helped others because I'd been in that dark place. And then I came across a visionaire course that year, that Ramadan. And I started making dua. I started making dua to become a coach and to help others around the world. You had to pick a picture of yourself that represented that dua. And I did pick a picture of someone standing in front of a group of people speaking, almost getting butterflies about it. Like, would that really, how is that even possible? You know, like, who's going to listen to what I have to say, you know? And all the doubts coming in, but I pushed through with the dua. I made it every day in Ramadan, every salah, every suhoor, every iftar, the last 10 nights, in the tahajjuds. I just kept pushing through with the dua. Like, I was just willing to put my doubts aside to see what Allah would give. And we're coming up to that time, sisters. We're coming up to the time. Well, now is a great time. It's always a great time. But you know, like, what came for me in the month of Ramadan, making dua? I knew if I'd made it every night in those 10 nights, it would be answered. it would be answered in some way, even if it was delayed or I got something better, but it would not go unanswered. You know, it would happen. And I made it with that conviction. But in fact, we need to have that conviction in Allah all the time. I just happen to have associated it at that point to the 10 nights. But in fact, what if you were always making dua, knowing it would be answered? That beyond your doubts, knowing that Allah is able. Don't worry about how. Don't worry about how that's possible. Like I was like, how am I going to do that? I've just had a baby. I've got the kids. You know, I've got my job. I'm not fitted in. How would I get? I don't worry about the how. Just let Allah open the way for you. And that's what happened when I made dua like that with conviction. And then after Ramadan, and a specific wording, so you make a specific wording for your dua. So I made a specific wording. It was, you know, it wasn't very long, but it was specific. And I made other duas too. After Ramadan, I happened to find an invitation to go to a coaching event. You know, it was just like a taster. I didn't realize it was a taster. It was, and then at that event, the coach said, look, if you want to achieve this within this period of time, doing this work and doing that, then I'm offering a training program. And subhanAllah, sisters, what struck me was what he said there was exactly the same wording of the duas I had made all Ramadan. And I knew no one knew those. Not even my husband knew the wording I'd made of my dua. No one knew my duas except Allah. Yeah, there was some stranger standing in front of me saying, if you want exactly what you've been asking for, this is what you need to do. And I knew, sisters, that was from Allah. Now, how many times have we made dua and Allah has opened the opportunities for us, opened the doors? You know, sometimes we're scared to make dua. And then we get to the point where we make dua and Allah opens the doors and then we're scared to step through the door, right? But I had such conviction that time, subhanAllah, I walked through a door, no matter what it took, no matter how impossible it looked, financially or, you know, time constraints. I had a 4-month-old baby. I was taking her to all the sessions, feeding her quietly under my apron for weekend trainings. However impossible it looked, if you had asked me, would that be possible? I would have said no. But I just trusted in my duas. I really just trusted that Allah was answering my dua and He would make it easy. So I kept going. Yeah, it was kind of difficult, but I look back now and all I feel that when I look back is I don't feel the difficulty. I feel that I was carried by Allah on a journey, you know, that I really wanted to go on. So it made it an exciting journey. And now, years later, look, we are coaches and we are sharing and we are all together. You know, I train coaches as well. So for me, not even to have become a coach, but to become a trainer, I don't know, subhanAllah, it was even beyond my dream. I didn't even ask for that. And I'm so grateful, alhamdulillah, because now the good that we have to share, others are sharing it. How much can one person share? And how much can all of us share? Alhamdulillah, and I hope that the benefits that you're receiving, sisters, you are sharing with your families and your friends and your loved ones. You know, so between us, look how much we can share. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you, don't lose faith in your dua. It is your greatest gift from Allah. To be able to ask and He will answer. Not just to give you what you're asking, you know, what He gives you, but to give you what you're asking for. You know, that's like you waiting when you, as a child, for the dinner to be served. And every day it's the dinner that you're served and you just have to eat it. You know, to actually being able to say, this is what I want. And exactly what you want is served, plus more, plus more, plus more. That is the generosity of our Lord, who is the most generous. And He is all powerful. So don't let your doubts in you or how it's possible. Yes, study. Assalamualaikum. Okay. Oma, don't hurt her arm. Can you go into daddy? Snacking. I'm not going to snack him. That's not nice. No. Oh, you cheeky monkeys. So I heard you're making churros. Can you go downstairs? Can you go down the kitchen? You can say salat and then you can say. Can you give me a second, ladies? I'll just take it downstairs.
So this virtual meetup, as most of you are aware, is absolutely live. It's raw, it's organic, it's us as normal as anybody else under the sun, subhanallah. So, you know, what we still turn up, warts and all. So, you know, if you're ever worried about turning up and you've got the kids or you're doing the cooking, just put your headphones on, you know, because we understand.
Sorry about that, ladies.
Okay.
Oh, Cookie, now you're being cheeky. Daddy's gonna come and get you.
No.
Okay, we have a visitor that's decided to stay. No problem. Okay, so where was I? Yes, could you take her? Come on, Dolly, you're making donuts downstairs. You cheeky monkey. Give her a 500 if she likes that. Thank you. Okay, now where was I? Belief and trust in your God. So I want you to put on the chat box. If you were to imagine your dreams coming true, no barriers, no doubts, no how. What is it you dream of? What is it you want? And what are the benefits of this? The du'as we want them to be pleasing to Allah. Right? So I'm not necessarily saying, oh, the du'as where I want to reach the highest level of Jannah, inshallah, that's already in your dua. But what are you going to do in your life so that you can work towards the highest level of Jannah? Do you want to memorize Quran? Do you want to become a Quran teacher? Do you want to, I don't know, what do you want? I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I want it to come from the heart. So the thing I want you to do, she's found a game. Okay, so start chatting in the chat box while she plays her game. What do you want? And I'm honestly, we're not used to asking ourselves this question.
If it helps, because it's quite a big request, just close your eyes.
So perhaps what might help, ladies, is if we take a moment to do some breathing. Okay, just calm the mind down. Because what we want isn't going to come from the busy mind. You know, that's going to think of all the logistical things, like I just want my children to listen so I can have, you know, it's going to be from a how do I make my life easier place. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you could live your dream, what is that for you? So let me ask you all to close your eyes and start taking some deep breaths. As you breathe in, I want you to draw closer to Allah in your heart. And as you breathe out, I want you to breathe away all the busy thoughts that are in your head right now. Breathe in. Breathe away the busyness. Breathe in. Closer to Allah. And breathe away the thoughts. You see, the busy mind makes it harder for us to connect with Allah. That place where you make deep, sincere dua. Not the one where you make very quick duas, just with your tongue, but not with your heart. I'm saying that place where we are just closely connected to Allah, like there is no one else in the room but you and Him. There's no one else around. That place, it comes from a quiet place in our mind, so we can connect with our hearts. We can deeply connect. Keep breathing, ladies. Because in the remembrance of Allah, the deep thinking of Allah, do we find that peace and clarity. If your mind is still busy, start focusing on where your feet is touching the ground or your bottoms on the chair. That will help you to become more present and focused. And from that place, I ask you, sisters, ask Allah, Allah, you've given me potential as you have everyone. What can I do to reach my potential? What can I do to please you the maximum that I can? I want to give to my family, but I also want to share something with the world. What do I need to do to reach my potential with the gifts that you have given me? You know what that is, because other people would have told you you're so good at that. And they always come to you for that one thing. Or in the crisis, you're there helping, you know, or you're always dreaming to do that thing that you want to do and your heart yearns for. What does it look like for you to reach your highest potential in this world? Not just where we're surviving, but we're thriving. If you can open your eyes. Did it get clearer for any of you when your mind was calm? Did you feel more braver with your dreams? You know, one of the things that we do sometimes when we get caught in the cycle of family life and home life is we let go of our dreams. You know, we let go of them. I used to dream to travel around the world when I was younger. And I so forgot that dream. I so forgot that I'd had that dream. Now, I'd like to take that and say, yeah, I would like to travel the world and share the blessings that you have shared with me. I'd love to go around the world and share the talks that we do. So yeah, I can combine that dream with something that inshallah will benefit me in the akhirah. It's still there. And we've all had dreams. Hafsa says, I would want to understand Arabic, understand the Quran and learn Arabic. Me too, Hafsa. It's not too late to start. Actually, it's the perfect time to start. Soraya says she would love to have the same role as me. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah, sister. That would be a dream come true. Well, keep making dua, sis. Keep making dua, because my dream came true. It was even beyond my dream. I just had a picture of a woman standing in front of people. You know, I didn't know what I'd be saying. What I love is the fact that I'm asking people to remember Allah in order to solve their problems, helping them find Allah through their problems. That's even a bigger dream come true for me than I could have imagined. You know, I just wanted to help people solve their problems, but to find that the solution lies with Allah. SubhanAllah, how amazing is that? Allah will give you more than what you imagine. Roxanara says, I am helping sisters around the world. Look at that. SubhanAllah, look at that. Amina says, if not now, when? When are we going to make that big, powerful, heartfelt du'as? Absolutely. Rosina said, yes, it did make things clearer. So, have you got pens and papers ready, ladies? I want you to help get a little bit more clarity. Roxana said that she would like to help others, inshallah, and always her children, but also to inspire others. Inshallah, Roxana, we have plans for you, aren't we? Shireen says she would love to memorize the Quran. See, that's it. I had wanted to memorize the Quran, and then I forgot to make dua, keep making dua for it and keep striving for it. But now that's become again something that is very close to my heart. Like I had a dream. Why did I let it go? It's not too late. It's never too late. Until we take our last breath, it is never too late. You just have to put in place now the action, the duas, the structure, the things that are going to help us to start moving forward with it. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah, let's give us all strength. Amen. So what I want to do is I want to break out, inshallah, into small groups. Right? There's 45 of us. And coaches that are in the room, in fact, everyone, what I want you to do is I'm going to give you a list of topics, right, that I want you to then brainstorm around. What are your, you know what, let's do that together. That'll be easier than me breaking it out into groups. Let's do that together. I'm going to give you some topics, and I want you to do a spidergram around that topic and write all the things that you want around that topic. But the first thing I want you to do is make a circle on your paper. I hope you're all writing. And in that circle, I want you to write the one bar that was coming up for you just now when I said, what is it? What is your dream? Now we're going to be making smaller duas, but actually the dream you have, like the memorizing the Quran, becoming a coach like, you know, Roxana or Soraya, what is it for you? Yes, Amina, please find pen and paper. This is so worthwhile. I should have said that in the message. Bring a pen and paper. What is your dream? Put it in the circle. That's your first one. Secondly, I now want you to start. Are you ready? Can I have, how can I give you, if you all, there's a button that says raise your hand. And I get quite a few of those. So you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand under the chat box, then I will know you're ready. Good. A few more. Excellent, excellent. Give me some more. When I've got most of you ready, I will start, inshallah. Good. Mina, Zina, excellent. More ladies, more. Nabila, thank you. Sabra, excellent. Fatima, excellent. Okay, we're still not half though, so a few more. I can't leave the ladies behind. Not leaving anyone behind. Let's go, ladies. Get your pen and paper ready.
So for some reason I can't put my hand up, but I can do a thumbs up as I've got reactions.
Right.
So
okay.
Do either reactions. So you've been seeing thumbs up popping up. Can you see Shireen, Riri, Farah's putting a thumbs up?
Yep, I can see a few thumbs up. Thank you for reminding me, Amina. Yes. I'm on full view of myself. That will not be useful. I need to see you, ladies. Excellent. Okay, that's most of you. Excellent. Right. Okay, so Bismillah. What I'm going to do now is we're going to do some brainstorming because we get used to making the same old bars all the time. We're asking for the same thing, and in the end, you make them with an empty heart because we're just used to saying them. We haven't got that drive. You know, like when I said to you, what's your dream? Imagine that you could memorize Quran. You could understand the Quran. You could teach the Quran. Imagine that, how excited you get by thinking about that. And then imagine and then ask yourself, do we make dua on a daily basis with that excitement, with that much conviction, with that much want? Now Allah says He does not listen to the duas of the one that, you know, whose duas are all over the place and you're not making them. There's hadith that Prophet ﷺ narrated that the dua of someone whose heart is not in it is not heard. Because you're not really making it. You're not really asking. Right? So we need to really ask. And we're going to only ask for the things that we really want. You know, and that changes from time to time to time. So every year I do this at Ramadan time, just before Ramadan, where I re-look at the things I want, where I am, where I'm going at, what the problems came up for me this year, what do I need Allah's help to solve? Where do I want to go? What do I want for my family? So to do this regularly means that you're regularly reviewing your du'as and you're regularly asking for what you want. And not to be stingy for making du'as for ourselves. Don't hold back. Ask the world, because that's not too much for Allah. Ask for the world if that's what you want, you know? Like the biggest du'as you can think of. Make them and have faith. So the first area, I'm just going to give you a few areas. So each of these that are going to be like a spidergram. So then I'm going to give you a minute on each one and say just write down everything that comes up to you for you in that. Okay, the first one is your home. Now we're going to do children afterwards. So, and spouse. So what do you want for your, it's just a list. Okay, let's start actually. What do you want for your children? You have a minute. Time starts now. Write down everything that you want for your children right now. Keep going. You've got 19 seconds. Don't stop. Ask whatever you want. Keep going. There you go. 1 minute. You may have more to write, come back to it. But sometimes when we don't have time to think, the things that are in our heart come out. Okay? Next thing I want you to ask for, to think of, is what do you want for your health? Okay? The minute starts now. Around health, what do you want? And it might be your health and the health of your family. Be more specific than just, I want to be healthy. What steps? What would you like to see? What does being healthy look like for you? What does a healthy lifestyle look like for you? In what way do you think you could look after your body as an amana that would be pleasing to Allah? Keep going. Okay, time up. I've stopped the buzzer because I don't want that to cause the panic feeling. You can have more time afterwards. Okay. For your deen, you have a minute. For your deen, what do you want? That's a minute there for your deen. Next, for your wealth. You have a minute. What is it that you would ask Allah for your health? For your wealth. Now remember, we are allowed to ask for the best of this world and the best of the hereafter. And, you know, before, you know, a house that I had dreamed of by the beach, you know, is now a dream that I asked for so that I can invite sisters on retreats there. So it can have, well, you know, benefits for the akhirah. So don't be shy. In fact, I want to live in a castle on the beach. So if Allah blesses me and I end up hosting a retreat for you ladies there, inshallah, alhamdulillah. That would be amazing. So what do you want for your wealth? Okay. Right. I gave you a bit longer because I did a bit of chatting then. Right. Next one. What would you like to give to others? What is it that you want to give to others? What would you love to do for your community? Or as your career? What would you love to give? What do you want to share? What do you dream to help your community with? What would you like your legacy to be?
जी Amina, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you. You were wondering there, what topic next, huh? Okay. What do you want for your spouse or potential spouse? The minute starts now. Would you dream for them? Or potential spouse, how do you dream for them to be? Or your current spouse, how do you dream for him to develop and become? What do you dream for him? Okay, give a minute there. Next one. Sisters, what do you want to do for fun? What do you want to do? What do you enjoy doing that you never get time to do, or you would love to do and you didn't? Horse riding, traveling, what is it that you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy doing? What will you do for enjoyment? Your time starts now. Keep writing, ladies. What do you want to do for fun? What do you enjoy doing? Okay, your time's up. Last one. What do you want for your family? Your extended family, your parents, your siblings, your in-laws, your nieces, your nephews. Time starts now.
Sorry, Amina, can you repeat the last one, please?
Yeah, what do you want, Rashida, for your family? Your extended family. So your parents, your children,
Thank
your yeah, your in-laws. I hope you're scribbling like mad and your pens are running out of ink. Time up. Okay, last one, sisters. What do you want to take to Allah on the Day of Judgment? To say, I brought something special for you. I worked hard on something. I'm presenting, what gift do you want to try and present to Allah? Time starts now. Okay, time's up. Now, suddenly, I'm hoping that you have pages, 1 or 2 or 3, of du'as, that things that you want, that you're not asking Allah for. Why not? Look how much you want. Are you asking Allah? And if not, why not? Why do we do that to ourselves? We have an opportunity to ask and we don't ask. I hope in what you have before you, it will show you lots of things about the direction you want to go in, the things you want to achieve still, the steps that you're going to take, the direction you're going to go to tie your camel. Now, there's a lot there to ask, and I suggest that you look at that again, especially before Ramadan, and refine it, add to it. I rushed you because I did that on purpose to get what was in your heart out. Sometimes we don't think about it and it comes out, but you might want to add to that, and you might want to add your own category. So do look at it again, number one. Number two, I want you to pick, and this is the Muhammad al-Sharif method of Visionaire, so please, if he does his course every year, he does, then do sign up. It was wonderful, alhamdulillah. And I cannot deliver this on any level that he does, you know, alhamdulillah, and you will get a lot out of it. But don't wait for that. Do this in the meantime. Because sometimes we're like, I'll do that then later. No, keep following through with the steps. We've done a lot already. Have 6, the Visionaire course. So Muhammad al-Sharif al-Maghrib, he does a Visionaire course. Have a look at your du'as again. And in each one, underline which one really stands out to you. Of all of the categories, underline the one that stands out to you the most. So the course is the Visionaire dua, Visionaire course by Muhammad al-Sharif. Thank you, Sister Zara. And I'll pull up a link afterwards, inshallah, in the WhatsApp group. But underline now in each category the one that stands out to you. Okay. Looking at those ones, the recommendation is you pick 6 du'as that you really want. 6. And they have to give you excitement and butterflies. You have to feel that, like, oh, is that really possible? As I did when I made my dua, like, really, am I really going to become a coach? I really want to. Okay, I'll just make dua for it. So you need to push through. Sabra, is the sister seeking salam one? Do you have details of that? If not, I'll send it to you afterwards, inshallah. But that WhatsApp group is the WhatsApp group that we communicate in Sister Seeking Salam. The course, don't worry, sisters. I'll put it up, the details later. Don't worry about the course. You're not going to miss out, inshallah, if it's written for you. Let's continue with this. So 6 of those du'as, of the ones underlined, that really get you excited. Okay? Now, there's more to do on this if we had more time, like refining them, looking at the wording, using strong language, not kind of like really meekly asking, but really like, yeah, Allah, you know, I really want this. I really want you to give this to me. You know, you need to help me. That really strong conviction. So you word your dua with strong conviction. But the bit I love the most about this exercise is when you choose one of the names of Allah to call upon Him for that dua. Okay? So if your dua is about the wealth that you're asking for, you know, then you call upon Al-Razaq. If the dua that you want to make, you know, is something that you feel is completely impossible, or you have no idea how that would happen, then you pick the names of Allah that are closest aligned to that. Like I remember making a dua, making so many duas, you know, like this, but so beautifully. And when I would call upon the name of Allah, like Al-Musawwir, to give me a beautiful character and make me gentle, whatever I was asking for, when I connected that to one of the names of Allah, oh, sisters, I cannot tell you how that lifts that dua for you, because then you know, if the one who is going to fashion everything, this entire world, cannot help you fashion you in the way you want, then who can? Or the one who is capable. If you're asking for the one who is capable, then don't worry about what you're capable of. You're asking the one who is capable, the most powerful. So then look at the names of Allah. We don't have time to do it now, but look through the names of Allah and bring to it the names that are the closest to your duas. And then you make those duas in every salah, or at least once a day, at times that duas are being answered. You make those duas with conviction that it will be answered, and there is nothing too big that you cannot ask your Lord for. So on that note, I'm going to ask you, we're not going to have time to break out into the rooms today, but I hope that that's okay, that you enjoyed doing this exercise together, and that you discovered more about yourself today in what you wrote and what came from the heart. But I'd like to ask you now, sisters, for some reflections. You know, like, wow, I discovered this today, or I found that I had this dream today, or I've decided I want to do this today. I would like you to share that now in the group, and I will read them out so that we may inspire each other. You know, like I had forgotten that I had a dream to travel the world until I read someone else's dua, and her dua on the course was, Ya Allah, I want to travel the world so I can see the beauty in your creation, every corner of the world, and remember you when I see the beauty. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I would love to travel the world. But now, rather than where I was as a teenager, now to just connect that with Allah and be in awe of his creation. So keep writing. I want you to write what you discovered, or what was it you want to ask for? What is it you discovered as your dream? What is it you want to take to Allah, sisters? Come on, what do we want to take? Let us inspire each other together. Let us inspire each other together in this circle where, inshallah, Allah is going to be pleased with us for coming together in his remembrance, where the angels are going to take our names to him and he's going to repeat our names. May at that moment he answer the du'as that we're starting to make today. What is it together with the barakah of the group are we going to ask Allah for? Okay, that's about me. Jazakallah khair. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're enthusiastic and enjoying it. But I want to know about you, sisters. Please tell me, what did you decide to do? What are you asking for? We're not going till we write something. Let me hear you. You want to go back to your studies, Rahma? Oh, alhamdulillah. May Allah make that easy for you. Now make a plan. How are you going to do that? And ask Allah for help with that plan. Come on, next. Dr. Amina, yes, to become the mind, body and soul doctor. Please make dua for her, sister. She's already nearly there. You're already doing that work. I know what you want to do to complete that step now, and make it easy for you. Keep going. Shireen, back to studying what, Shireen? What do you want to do, and where do you want to get with that study? Don't be small, be big with it. Where do you want to go with it? Suraya, to make dua, to have full presence and conviction that Allah will answer your dua, sisters, and give you something better than what you prayed for. Exactly. Samia wants to be an educational psychologist. Oh, really? Alhamdulillah. Oh, may Allah bless you to do that. Look, we are all making dua together for you. So do put up there. Jarina, you want to read Quran and understand it. Oh, yes, so do so many of us. Please, Allah bless us to understand your beautiful words from the heart, that we may live the Quran. Ameen, Jarina. Amina, you want to become an independent domestic violence advocator. Oh, may Allah help you, sister. May Allah put blessings in what you're trying to do and help people through you. Sabra, you want your health to the last day until you make sujood. The messages are coming too quick. Sorry, they're going up and up and up really quick. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Jarina, you want to be a coach and do retreats. May we come to your retreats, Jarina. Inshallah, invite us to have a wonderful, loving, righteous spouse. Suraya, may Allah bless you with that. And all our sisters who are looking, may Allah bless you with the most perfect companion for you that compliments you and brings you closer to our Lord. Ameen. Mariam, to help others like me. Inshallah, Mariam, you're on the journey. Inshallah, may Allah keep you there. May Allah make it easy for you. Ameen. Sabra, for your children to become Hafiz. Oh yes, how many of us have that dua? How many of us keep asking, do not give up, and now keep putting things in place? You know, if they're having Quran lessons and it's going slowly, start putting a structure in place. Give them enthusiasm. You know, if we did it every day for a page every day, do you know how long it would take you to finish the Quran? Give your children motivation and inspiration. Have, you know, a bit of structure around the lesson so that it's moving forward and they can see that. Give them a gift at every juz, you know, huge gift, you know, inshallah, not too huge, budget allowing. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yes, Roxana, you want your boys to become Hafiz. I know, alhamdulillah, may Allah bless them with that success, inshallah. May we all go to Allah, return to Allah with the Quran in our heart. May we all be blessed to take the Quran back to Allah in our hearts, that we carry the Quran in this dunya in our hearts. Yusuf. Who's Yusuf? That's not a Yusuf. Sister, what's your name? But you want to give dawah to others. Ameen. Fatima, you want to have success in every aspect of your life and give back to your family and the ummah. Great. Now I want you to break that down. What does that look like? Because if it is wide like that, we're not going to make it happen. We want to break it down so that I know, right, that means I want to start doing this. That means I want to do that. I might want to get involved in my local community. I might want to set up a project. I might want to start a project with my children where we start memorizing Quran or learning Arabic. What does that success look like? No more kind of broad duas. Right now, what we want is we want to break it down. We want to break it down. Read Quran with Tajweed. Ameen, ameen. Help other sisters achieve their dream. Ameen. Can you see, sisters, how much passion and desire is within us? How much motivation that we have? Now we want to take all of that and we want to convert it into action. Memorize the names of Allah. Oh, Sister Samia, I want to do that too. Inshallah, may Allah bless us to do that and know Him by His name, live by His names, where we see Him, by His names in every part of our lives. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so now I'm over time. I'm up to time. Shall I stop? Shall we carry on? It's so nice, alhamdulillah, to hear from you, sisters, what you want to do. And what if it's, look, Roxana was saying, I want to do simple things together with my family, like a tree with the 99 names of Allah, and learn them with my children in a fun way. Start, sister. Start now. Like Amina said, if not now, when? Like when I wrote my duas, within the next year, I had already trained as a coach. SubhanAllah, but if I hadn't asked, if I hadn't made the effort, what would happen? Next year, I'd probably be making the same dua. And if Allah wills, we're still going to be making the same dua. That's okay. Alhamdulillah, I'm patient with that. But as long as I know I'm trying. So I want you sisters now to really look at what you're doing in your life, and are you trying to achieve? Have you shown Allah willingness to say, Ya Allah, I want this so much, and these are the steps I'm going to take. Ya Allah, bless my steps. Muhammad al-Sharif says that the steps that you take, right, it's like you move from one carriage to another on a train, where Allah is taking your train on the journey to its destination. Your steps are never taking you to the destination, but you're showing Allah your effort. So you put a little bit of effort in and you see the barakah in your effort. Remember, if you come to Allah, with one arm's length, one span length, He will come to you with one arm's length. So if you're coming to Allah, making effort to prove to Him that you are willing, He will make it easy for you. Memorizing Quran, Allah has said it's easy for us. He has made it easy. So we keep making our effort, sisters. There's a few hadiths here that I want to share with you. Abu Darda, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that the Messenger of Allah said, the supplication of a Muslim for his Muslim brother in his absence will certainly be answered. Every time he makes a supplication for good for his brothers, the angels appointed for this particular task will say, Ameen, may it be the same for you too. So as we're making dua for others, may Allah bless us with that too. As we're making dua for each other, may Allah bless us. That our duas for each other, that we are blessed with those too. Ameen. This is a great time, sisters, to just take a moment before we leave, to make dua for one another. Ya Allah, answer the duas of each of these sisters in the room. There's 35 of us. There's many more around the world. Let's take a moment, just for a moment, and bless and ask Allah to bless all of us to have our duas answered. Ameen. So on that note, I'm too excited now to get off the session, but my time is up. Somebody give us more time. The time is up, but it's never over. It's never over until we take our last breath, sisters. It's never too late. Start. Let's make an effort. Let's come together this time next year, inshallah. Having said what, we will have a session, inshallah, at the start of next Ramadan. Put it in your diary and you share with us next year what changed for you from this point forward. The moment you started making dua, the moment you started taking action, where did Allah take you from this moment? It is so exciting. Alhamdulillah. We will meet again, inshallah. May Allah bless us. Amina, if I'm not here, you make sure you run this session. First day of Ramadan, we meet again, 4:30 UK time, and we share where our du'as today took us tomorrow. On that note, sisters, we leave it today, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.